Psalms chapter 14, verses 4 through 6. Will those who do evil never learn? They eat up my people like bread and wouldn't think of praying to the Lord. Terror will grip them, for God is with those who obey him. The wicked frustrate the plans of the oppressed, but the Lord will protect his people. When your enemy is doing something stupid, let him. The wicked, they never learn from their mistakes and their losses. We have history. That's something we can learn from. And history shows us that you cannot mock God or try to hurt his people without getting a response. Take Israel, for example. There's never been any kind of entity, nation, or people group that has ever plotted against Israel and done them harm and have it not come back to haunt them. I mean, think about it. Israel's still here, and all their enemies throughout time, they vanished. The Philistines, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the mosquito bites. These are nation states that just flat out don't exist anymore. Let's look at the empires. You got the Babylonians, you got the Persians, you got the Greeks, you got the Romans. Those empires have all faded away. But Israel, they still remain. All attempts throughout history to wipe out the Jews in Israel have failed. And people like Hitler, who sought to wipe them off the face of the earth, Hitler's gone. His Third Reich is gone. And out of it, Israel was reborn. The enemies of Israel that exist today, truly, they need to look at history and see what happens to those people who wish to do harm to them. God steps in. And no matter what you plot against Israel, it'll come back on your own head. God will cause it to do that. It actually applies to Christianity too. Ever since Christ ascended into heaven, many tyrants have made the promise of wiping out Christianity. Well, guess what? Those tyrants, it didn't work out well for them. They're gone. Christianity marches on. No man can stop what God has ordained. The persecution of the church and the Jews has gone on for centuries, but they're still here and their persecutors have passed away. And many of those persecutors met a gruesome end because they went up against the living God and his people. The day is coming when the enemies of God and all his people, they will be dealt with. One day that sky is going to crack open and Jesus will descend from heaven with all of heaven's armies with him. Terror will grip the whole world, and Jesus will put the fear of God in them. Until that day, they will never learn.